Welcome back to Better or Worse Than Transformers, where we take a movie or a TV show and tell you whether it is better or worse than the most mediocre movie ever made, Michael Bay's Transformers. This week we are finishing up our April Marvel extravaganza with the Phase 3 movies. I'm your host, Joseph. With me is my co-host, Christian.
Hey, what's up?
We are one shy of a full deck this week.
Yep. Poor guy. Got called into work.
Pouring one out for the homies.
Yeah.
Ian, maybe you can listen to this one, but probably not.
Yeah. He's the least dedicated member of this team.
That's probably true. He's done pretty well so far, though.
Yeah,
I'm generally
he
impressed.
comes prepared every time. He just doesn't actually listen to it.
In fact, he didn't even show up, but he sent us the news for this week.
Yeah, thank God for that guy.
Before we get into our Marvel extravaganza, first we have some movie news for the week. Apparently they are doing a Pet Sematary remake with Jason Clarke of That Guy fame.
Fame of some sort.
He was in, what was he in?
Terminator Genesis.
Why would you pick that one? It's like the worst one. He's in
Planet of the Apes.
One of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He is in Lawless, which is a criminally underrated movie.
Zero Dark 30. Personal favorite of mine.
I think that movie's overrated, but
other stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jason Clarke is. Here's the thing. His problem with that guy is I feel like his earlier movies are a lot better than his later movies. Like when he became, I don't want to say A-lister, but when he became the star of a movie, he's not drawn in.
Was he the star of a movie?
Okay, maybe not. I mean,
yeah, he's better. He's definitely better as like a side character that has personality than a leading man. But anyway, so he's going to be the lead in the adaptation of the famous Stephen King novel and also movie.
Yep,
Pet Sematary. About
I've never seen nor read.
Do you know the premise?
I'm assuming it has something to do with dead animals.
It does. It has to do with a magic cemetery that I don't know.
Is it an Indian burial ground?
You don't know. It might be an Indian burial.
It's always an Indian burial ground.
It's also Stephen King, so he likes to lean into the tropes.
Yep.
But it's essentially a magical cemetery that brings things back to life. First, a cat that dies, and then the child dies, and they.
Oh snap!
Yeah, and it's not good. The results. Unsurprisingly,
are mixed.
Are mixed.
How many Stephen King remakes are we going to get now? Because Tommy Knockers is also being remade.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, why would somebody pick that one?
It's the usual trend of studio executives getting the wrong message from successes. Be like, oh, it made money. Everything that Stephen King's make will make money, despite the fact that they just made The Dark Tower, which is supposed to be one of his most famous and most loved properties.
And yet no one went to go see it.
No one went to see it.
And those who did.
With a great cast.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, look. I mean, it was like a little post-McConaissance McConaughey.
And Idris has never quite lived up to the standard we all hold him to. We all love him, but he's not like an Academy Award winner.
I don't know. I love Idris. Doesn't matter.
That's just because he's your man crush.
That's one of my many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
I guess after a lot of speculation about who Peter Dinklage... Everyone is really worried about who Peter Dinklage is.
The people want to know.
That's fair, I guess. So they announced a couple of casting choices, or not casting choices, but actual cast for the Black Order, which is Thanos' henchmen. Children/henchmen. Yeah. And there were a couple names that I didn't recognize. The only one that we kind of recognized was Carrie Coon, who's playing Proxima Midnight, who's famous for being the kind of annoying sister in Gone Girl.
Yep.
And is apparently in Fargo Season 3, though I don't think either of us are caught up on it.
Nope. I watched the first season of Fargo. I like her in Gone Girl, but if you had said, oh, Carrie Coon is in Avengers, I would not know who it was. Thank you, IMDb.
Yep. I don't know how we lived without you.
Yeah.
It is a great name, though.
No, it is. Fantastic.
I wonder if it's her real name.
I doubt it.
It's impossible to know. I don't even...
I bet IMDb actually has her real name.
No, that's why it was a joke.
Yeah.
Of course,
I didn't get it.
Of course we can know. We have the internet, but we're not going to. The Harley Quinn movie has a director whose name I did not write down.
Yeah, is it supposed to be Birds of Prey? Is that what it's going to be?
That's what they're saying.
But obviously they're going to lean into Harley.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know her name either. And again, we could probably look it up, but I'm not going to. I heard she came in and blew the studio away or something with her pitch or something, and they've pushed everything back and making it a priority. So if you were really waiting for Suicide Squad 2, you're going to have to wait a while.
And that's probably for the best. Maybe you should let your tastes mature. So the Birds of Prey, that's Oracle. It's Is it Batgirl or is it Oracle?
Yeah, so it probably depends on, which Birds of Prey you're going to use.
It's a DC property.
Yeah.
It's kind of centered in the Batman universe.
Yeah, females of Gotham,
right,
really is what it boils down to. So we got Batgirl or Oracle, depending, if they want her to not be able to walk. Huntress. And I feel like there's one more. There is, and it's slipping my mind. But you could insert, if you wanted to put Poison Ivy or, wanted to kind of mix heroes and villains, you probably could. There are some female Robins as well, if you'd like to throw one of those in.
Yeah, I don't think it is, though. I don't remember.
No, I don't know who it is. I'm sure you're right. I would even be okay if they went outside of Gotham and pulled, like, Speedy or,
Speedy's not a woman.
Could be in the movies.
Could be in the movies.
I'm pretty sure they made Speedy a girl in Arrow. I think they just switched the names around a little bit. I don't remember. But
we're so good at this.
Yeah. I don't watch Arrow.
as you shouldn't. Jurassic World had a new trailer.
There's dinosaurs in it.
There are dinosaurs in it. And they escape from the island.
Yeah, it looks about as much of a ripoff of Lost World as is Force Awakens is A New Hope.
That sounds about an accurate comparison.
The whole time I'm thinking, this is Lost World. Like, it even has Jeff Goldblum back in it. Mm-hmm. There are dinosaurs running around neighborhoods in the rain. Mm-hmm. There's a T-Rex in captivity. It's Lost World.
It is.
Which I have a better opinion of than probably most people do. But
do you want to see another one?
I don't. I don't want to see it updated. I want to be excited for that movie, but all the excitement I have is born out of the want, not in actually what I've seen.
It's mostly just the dinosaurs. It's amazing to me that, obviously Jurassic Park nailed it.
Yeah.
The original.
Got it right the first time.
But, like, in what has it been, like 23 years since Jurassic World? Was it like 95?
I don't want to say it's 92, man.
Is it 92?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he made that and Schindler's List at the same time.
Every single child loves dinosaurs.
Yep.
How can they not make more good dinosaur stuff?
It's a good question. And why, if you're going to make a dinosaur movie, does it have to be a Jurassic Park movie?
It doesn't. They've made other movies. They made
like what? The two crappy Disney dinosaur movies.
Yeah,
Dinosaur, and then The Good Dinosaur.
There's that animated movie,
Land Before Time.
There's all the Land Before Times, which are also not good.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Shit, what is that other one?
I really have no clue.
No, it's the one with it's like the Look Who's Back. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's got the creepy little, like, circus
Turn
guy.
back the time.
Yeah, that's the
Roll
one.
back the rock.
Yeah.
Roll back the rock.
I only remember it because it's got the part where he's, like, eaten alive by crows and his eye is, like, the only thing left.
It's so weird.
It's a fucking weird movie.
Yeah. Is it Look Who's Back or... I don't remember, but I actually like that movie. It's kind of scary.
Well, that's the thing. I kind of like it too, but I'm also like, I don't know who this movie's for.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is, it's amazing to me that in all these years that nobody has really capitalized on this massive opportunity. I feel like is there. They've tried. I just haven't gotten it right.
I tried watching Flintstones with my son. Like the live action one with John Goodman, who I believe is also in the animated one that we were just talking about. I think he plays the T-Rex, but he was really into it in the parts where there were dinosaurs.
Right.
So like the first 10 minutes where it's kind of novelty that there are dinosaurs in this movie. But then when it becomes about Fred getting an illegal promotion, he suddenly wasn't interested anymore. I do think you could probably make more dinosaur movies and people would love them. You could just make movies in that time period, like Jurassic periods, and there not need to be people in it. And I probably would go see it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in watching. I don't know. It's hard. How do you make that movie work?
Land Before Time, but better, I feel like, is the answer.
Maybe.
Land Before Time, but less annoying. Less annoying characters and no Sarah. No Sarah.
I had a dog.
No Petrie.
I had a dog for 15 years.
No Littlefoot. Fuck Littlefoot. You know
You don't want Land Before Time.
I know, you're right. I just want the tree stars.
Yeah. And dead parents.
Anyway, we got to move on. So, Deadpool released a new trailer this week.
Yep, he's in it.
I'm kind of. This one was. I'll tell you the thing that got me is what is his name? Dave, the normal guy.
Yeah.
That joke really got me in the end. I like the play on the sword thing where he just gets shot. I don't know. I think it's going to be a better time than.
Do you think that was supposed to be a direct callback to X-Men Origins?
Oh, 100%.
I just felt like maybe nerds were kind of reading too much into it, but watching it, that's immediately what went into my head as well.
No, absolutely. That's one of. No, it's not one of the goofiest parts of that movie. There are a lot of goofy parts of that movie.
That's one of the best parts, in my opinion.
I'll continue to defend it, but it's
awful.
It's fine. But yeah, so that comes out 2 weeks after.
That sounds right. Mid-May.
Yeah.
I did like the Thanos joke. I thought that was pretty funny.
Meh.
Yeah, I mean, you got to address it.
Yeah, I guess you do. But I mean, Ian's complaint of this, I'm going to fill in for him here, is that all of his jokes are meta jokes and look at my ball jokes. And the biggest problem with this trailer is all of the jokes in it are meta jokes and look at my balls jokes.
That's very true.
Including a bit where they literally just show his balls going onto Cable's face.
Yeah.
It's I think there's going to be more to this movie than just that, but
I wouldn't get my hopes up.
You will see.
I have, since having started Atlanta, I am more curious now to watch Domino.
Right?
That probably changed my opinion more because she was featured more in this last trailer, and I'm now getting more familiar with her as an actress. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm interested to see how they do this.
I mean, I think she's going to be eye rolling a lot. I think that's mostly going to be her character.
That's probably
but
it. She actually may not be in it as much as we think she will be.
I think this trailer may have also been banking off the fact that Atlanta just came back.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good point, too.
So, yeah. And then I did have another trailer news. Hotel Artemis.
Yeah, it looks a lot of
It looks like another movie we've seen recently about a hotel for assassins. And
it looks like John Wick.
It's John Wick. But, and I'd usually say, because I mean, it very much seems
with
like...
a more colorful cast.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It very much seems like the Asylum version of a John Wick movie.
Yeah.
But the cast is incredible. It's got Dave Bautista, who I feel like should have been in the John Wick movies in the first place.
Yeah. What's his face?
It's got Sterling K. Brown.
It's
got the other guy from Atlanta, the Paperboy.
Yeah.
It's got... Who else does it have in it? It's got a fuck ton of people in it.
Not Jodie Foster. Is it Jodie Foster?
Yeah, it's Jodie Foster.
Yeah, looking old as shit.
Oh, she's looking dignified.
I thought the trailer was a lot of fun. I didn't even really make the John Wick connections until we were texting about it. And then I went back and rewatched it, and it didn't feel as fun to me the second time because it felt like something
I don't know how you
before.
didn't catch that the first time.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's so blatant.
Is it based on anything? I don't think
it's based off John Wick.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, let's make another one of those. Yeah. No. I mean, I'll watch it. Looks fun.
Yeah. Steven Spielberg has announced. Did he announce or is he in talks into?
I don't know who announced it. If it was him or somebody else.
But is in talks to direct a Blackhawks movie.
Yep. Well, he's definitely, I think, producing it.
He's definitely producing it.
I think that part's confirmed. It's the whether or not he will direct.
Which is a DC property. Do you know a little bit more than I do about this?
It's about a group of pilots that have a secret island. That part I know.
Is it only? Are they in World War II specifically, or are they just like in present day also?
They definitely started in World War II.
Right.
As for what the plan is for them now, and if they're still really included, I don't know. It's not a comic I have ever read.
Right. I only remember them from the Justice League cartoons where they're in World War II and they feel really irrelevant.
That's basically where I was introduced to them.
Actually, come to think of it, isn't there another episode of Justice League where they go back to their island?
I believe
so. And they have to in the present day.
Mm-hmm. Sounds right.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch the entirety of Justice League.
I mean, look, it's really good.
Yeah,
you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a weird thing for Steven Spielberg to want to make, I think.
I mean, if he wants to make it, there's either got to be a really good script or he's got a really good idea for it. Because I don't believe that he'd just
Well, that wasn't true for BFG. I mean, still made that movie.
I guess in the sense that I don't think that movie probably came out the way that
was intended.
It didn't receive the reception he thought it was going to, but it's a beloved property in the first place. People love the book. People love Roald Dahl. I mean, I feel like
he was expecting more.
I feel like the pieces were there. I feel like he jumped on a correct project, even if he didn't execute to the degree.
I can see what you're saying.
So I feel like I'm not doubting his ability to pick a project, and just maybe his movie making skills are more hit or miss than they used to be.
My question is, when is he going to do it?
Yeah. What else is he making?
Well, Indy 5, I think, is his next movie, and that's in 2019. They're going to start shooting that.
That's not a thing I need another one of.
I want it, hopefully with some redemption.
It's only got to have Shia LaBeouf in it.
It cannot have Shia
I demand it.
What's his name? Mud or something stupid?
I don't fucking care. I hate that movie.
Yeah, Mutt.
I know, you're right, it is.
It's Mutt.
Oh, gee.
They brought back Marion, and I like that part, but everything else is horrible. So, I mean, maybe, he can do two things at once. He's done it before. He did it this year. And like we said earlier, he did it with Jurassic Park and Schindler's List. Mm-hmm. Both of those movies are incredible. So I'll watch it, I'm sure. but I have no interest in it right now.
We'll wait for a trailer. It'll be fine. Man, I don't want to keep shitting on famous directors, but I have to because James Cameron is an asshole.
Yeah, well, he's always been one.
Yes.
That's not new.
James Cameron came out in some interview saying something about the world's got Avengers fatigue and there's other stories to tell.
He hopes the world will get Avengers
fatigue. He's hoping that the world is in
Apparently
Avengers
he already has it, and he's hoping the rest of the world catches up. Yeah. Look, he thinks, I guess, that it's blocking science fiction, and I just can't believe that to be true because I think we've had some really great science fiction over the last few years.
Absolutely.
I just feel like James Cameron's not paying attention because they're not his movies.
Probably. I'm just questioning James Cameron's judgment in general and self-awareness in coming up with franchise fatigue for a guy who wants to make at least 3 more Avatar movies.
And reboot the Terminator franchise. Which he started. So, yeah, he's all about franchises. And I would argue Avatar maybe didn't influence the Marvel Universe so much, though I think if you look at the look of like the helicarrier and some of the science in Avengers, I think it looks similar to Avatar. But for sure, the Terminator franchise inspired just basically every action-adventure franchise since then, in some capacity. So he's really to blame for a lot of this crap. And also, why in the world would you be pissed off if someone else is just making a crap ton of money and it doesn't affect you in the slightest? I just feel like he likes to whine.
He does like to whine and endorse bad Terminator movies.
Yeah. He also said that I think the same interview, he said the Avatar movies were going to be like The Godfather.
He did say that.
They were going to be like anthology, like
which is
Hereditary.
Which is again like even if he qualified it with like what you're talking about, like kind of like the family lineage thing, like that's a fucking bold comparison to make.
Absolutely.
for your 3D bullshit Fern Gully remake.
Do you think he's going to do this one in 3D? I feel like
he invented the technology for Avatar,
and it was good for Avatar.
Yeah,
but it hasn't caught on anywhere else, and so I wonder if the audience isn't going to be interested. But I guess that was true for the first one.
I mean, that movie would not have made $7 bazillion if it wasn't in 3D.
Yeah, for sure.
It would have made $5 bazillion,
maybe,
but it wouldn't be the top grossing movie of all time.
What's crazy is by the time the next one comes out, like it'll have been just as long between Titanic and Avatar as it was between Avatar 1 and Avatar 2.
That's funny. I didn't think about that, but
what an asshole.
God, I hate that guy. So, into some Marvel news. Spider-Man Prom.
Yep.
Which is we've decided is the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming. It's been announced that the movie's setting will take place across the world with a villain to match. So it'll be Spidey swinging from the Eiffel Tower and the Great Pyramids of Giza and the Great Wall of China and other great things.
Villain to go with that. The only thing, my immediate thought was Kraven the Hunter.
It would be so great if it was Kraven. That's also what I thought it would be.
But yet, I have a feeling it's not going to be. But I want it to be that.
I can't think of right off the top of my head. It's hard for me to imagine
who else could fit that description.
Yeah.
Well, we also talked about Mysterio, and it could be like these kind of like big spectacle events at these big places. But I read it was only going to be like in Europe. I didn't see that.
Oh, is that what it said?
Yeah, all over.
Okay.
Which I think could still be Mysterio. I want it to be.
Oh, I don't know. Could you imagine like Kraven hunting in old Paris and I don't know.
Yeah, it would be cool
on rooftops and stuff. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I want it to be Kraven.
I know.
Hunter. But,
if we just will it hard enough, maybe it'll happen.
Yeah, I don't believe in that bullshit. What was that? It was like a book. The Secret. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I heard that it was also going to be about how Homecoming was all about how Peter dealt with not being a part of the Avengers anymore. Mm-hmm. That this movie's really going to be how the world resets after Avengers 4. Of course, we have no idea what Avengers 4 is going to be about.
Oh, so it's set after?
Yes.
Okay.
It is it's the only movie we know after Avengers 4.
And that's a good transition into our other Marvel news, which is, among many other things, Marvel's not going to be attending San Diego Comic-Con this year because they're keeping real tight lips on what's next for the Avengers and for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. Do you remember back in 2014 when they had that big, I don't even think it was at Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. I think it was its own thing. And they announced a whole bunch of movies. And that's when they introduced Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. I have a feeling that's probably what they're going to do again. Or they very well may do that at San Diego Comic-Con next year, but I think they really are trying to keep people focused on this story and really come to a close. Or maybe they just don't have a plan and they're not ready to debut that.
I think they just like fucking with us.
That's 100% what it is.
But yeah, I think that's all the news we have for this week. And it's
I heard some stuff about possible Phase 4 movies, but not major. Like Eternals being one. Nova, they said they were getting very interested in bringing, which we were just talking about. Even possibly Moon Knight, I believe, were some of the... I don't believe Moon Knight will happen. It's too dark. And if you dumb it down, I don't think people want to see it. But Eternals, though I heard that they've been discussing it longer than New Gods was announced at DC, but it sure feels reactionary to New Gods.
kind of.
And Nova, well, we've seen the Nova Corps before, and I'd like to see that character introduced in the movie. So that's you have a perfect entryway in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I definitely think the cosmic side will take over quite a bit after this.
Yay for bigger budgets.
Yeah. Hopefully Black Panther 2 and Doctor Strange 2.
Maybe they'll just find a bunch of Earth-looking planets and set them on there.
Yeah, I don't foresee that happening.
A
multiverse.
Right. So yeah, that's a good transition into... This week we're going to delve into the third phase of Marvel's, so far, 3-phase plan to get to Infinity War. We've covered phases 1 and 2 in the last 2 weeks, so if you haven't listened to those, please go ahead and go back and listen to those first. But that one ended up with Ant-Man, but really kind of ended up with Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, where there's the beginnings of a split. There's some new characters, new Avengers, but that brings us into the real split. The first movie in Phase 3, which is Captain America Civil War, that came out in 2016. And Christian, what you got for us?
Okay, so Captain America Civil War, second movie directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. It involves, I feel like this movie should be prefaced that it's Avengers light. Like, it should be considered.
No, it's 100% an Avengers movie.
But the story is still very focused on Cap. Whereas Winter Soldier really is like Cap, Black Widow, Bucky, and Falcon. The story really focuses on Cap, Bucky, and Iron Man in this movie. It's kind of dealing with the repercussions of Sokovia, which was this country or city. I don't know if I ever got clear distinction.
I think it's a country.
But how do you pick up a whole country?
Well, I think they picked up a town in Sokovia.
Okay, that's what we'll say then.
Okay.
The Sokovia Accords, which is a bilateral response against the Avengers, that they should be controlled and overseen by the United Nations.
I think so.
Which was then sponsored by Tony Stark. And Cap disagrees because he's like anti-Patriot Act and everything. Super freedom. We have the opportunity to choose. At the heart of all this kind of discourse between them is Cap's relationship with Bucky and some of the consequences of Bucky's actions when he was a weapon for Hydra. This is my favorite Marvel movie.
It's a really good one.
I think it's Chris Evans' best turn as Captain America. Of course, you get the introduction of Black Panther, you get the introduction of Spider-Man, which are way better Marvel characters to introduce than Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Correct.
And it is, in my opinion, a better Avengers movie than Age of Ultron is.
It definitely is.
I'm sure I'll have more thoughts. But
no, it's perfectly fine. So this movie introduces Black Panther, T'Challa, who's the son of T'Chaka, and
also introduced in this movie.
Well, also introduced in this movie. Wakanda's a pretty secluded nation, keep to themselves. But during a peace accords, or was it when they were doing the ratification accord? I don't know.
I think it's something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. The summit is attacked, and King T'Chaka is killed, seemingly by Bucky, the Winter Soldier. And so for the majority of this movie, T'Challa takes up the mantle of Black Panther and is on a revenge mission to avenge his father.
His story's almost kind of separate for most
It's very much separate.
Yeah. Even though it's interacting with those characters, it is his own path the whole time.
Right. So this sets up besides the initial fracture between the Avengers about the Sokovia Accords and whether or not they should be overseen or whether they should oversee themselves. Who watches the Watchmen kind of thing.
Nice.
Which splits them on their own lines. Then there's a kind of a separate split once the bombing happens and Bucky is the apparent bomber, where obviously Cap is gonna take Bucky's side, believing that he's innocent, and Tony Stark is trying to bring him to justice, and they kind of form up their own sides of heroes. And then it brings us to one of the greatest scenes that's ever happened in movies. It's every single nerd wish fulfillment things. It's like every time I see it, I think of me when I was like 8 years old, playing on the floor with action figures and like running up against each other, where Captain America and Iron Man's team of heroes on opposite sides meet on an airport and just go at it.
Yeah, Cap's team is Cap. Let me see if I remember this right. Captain America, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, and
Falcon.
Falcon.
And Bucky.
Oh, and Bucky, yeah. Which the Bucky Falcon relationship is one of my favorite parts.
It's really funny.
Team Iron Man is Iron Man, War Machine, Black Widow, surprisingly, Vision, Spider-Man. Is that it?
I think so.
It's the powerhouse team.
It's definitely the powerhouse team. And really, Vision's a deal breaker. I mean, like he's a game breaker anytime you use him. So he's kind of off in the distance. And and Black Panther's on that team. Did we say that already?
I feel like I said Black Panther.
You might have said Black Panther. I'm sorry, I was reading things. So I mean, it's just a fantastic scene. It's even though they're fighting, they're kind of lighthearted for the most part. They don't want to hurt each other, except for Black Panther wanting to hurt Bucky, probably.
Yeah, straight up wanting to kill him.
Absolutely. There's the reveal of Ant-Man goes to Giant Man, and that's great. It's just everything about that scene is the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, what that movie does really, really well, and I think it's even highlighted in that scene, is it gives everyone the appropriate amount of screen time. Mm-hmm. So all the characters are balanced really well. Like the movie begins with another accident, which is really what kind of spurns the Sokovia Accords, and Scarlet Witch is to blame in that. Mm-hmm. And her whole little plot line, though not major, makes sense within the movie, probably more so than it did in Age of Ultron. And again, all these characters are highlighted in a good way through the film, and then they're also highlighted in a really good way in that sequence, as a hero. There is a distinctly Spider-Man moment, a distinctly Ant-Man moment.
And the reveal of Spider-Man. This was a big deal at the time.
Underoos!
Yeah, this was a big deal at the time because up to this point, and still now actually, Sony had the rights for film representation of Spider-Man. But after absolutely messing it up too many times in a row, they agreed to let Marvel use, and I'm using quotation marks, use the property in their universe since he is a Marvel character. And man, did they hit the nail on the head.
So good.
They hit it even further on the head a little bit later, but
they made some amazing decisions that I think were different. Like, for example, making Aunt May younger with Marissa Tomei. But at the same time, it is even in the 10 minutes he's in Civil War, to that point, it was arguably the best time we've had both Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
I think Tobey Maguire does Peter Parker fine. I don't think he does Spider-Man fine. Andrew Garfield, I was reverse. I hated his Peter Parker, but I was fine with his Spider-Man.
Agreed.
But Tom Holland just knocks both out of the park.
Also, he looks like a teenager.
He does. He was only 19, I think, when the movie was...
I mean, he still looks like a teenager.
Yeah. So it's just really good.
It's just really like whatever you're doing, just watch that movie.
Yeah. The one complaint that I think a lot of people have is Zemo is not extremely well developed.
I suppose.
My thing about it is, I think if you had a villain that demands more screen time, say like Killmonger in Black Panther, you have so much to do in Civil War, and the confrontation is really about Steve and Tony, not about Steve versus Zemo.
Right.
So I don't think it's a detriment that Zemo isn't a super prominent character.
I completely agree. I also I like the fact that for this movie they decided to get a regular guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his whole plan is not to take a city and reset the Earth to before mankind existed, or steal an Infinity Stone and destroy some other planet or whatever. It's a guy who is also on a revenge mission, who realizes he's not superpowered and he can't take these guys on, so he just outwits them.
Yeah, no, I like that.
I think that's a great. I think that's a great twist on the direction that they had been going up to this point. And so there's kind of a secondary reveal. They actually already revealed it in I think it was Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That Bucky, as the Winter Soldier, as the brainwashed Winter Soldier, is the one that kills Tony Stark's parents, and that leads into the final conflict where Iron Man just wants to rip his fucking head off. And
that's also a great fight scene.
That's an iconically wonderful fight scene.
But also, a lot of comic book moments in that. There's a shot with Tony shooting his blasters out of his hands and right into Cap's shield. That's the cover of Civil War. That's a great bit. That whole movie's so good.
And again, the thing to me that's amazing about this movie, besides you get the nerd wish fulfillment, you get all of the characters you wanted together, you have all of these different plot lines that are both important to individual characters and to the Marvel Universe as a whole, and you still have time to slow down and have small character moments, like the character when Cap and Bucky are flying up to the location where the Winter Soldiers are supposed, other Winter Soldiers are supposed to be. And they're just having like this chat about like, the old times and whether Bucky's worth all this. And it's like, it's a beautiful moment. And there are a lot of like you said, the Vision Scarlet Witch is pretty good. There's like just a lot of really small moments in there that they make time for that I think really elevate it to a better movie. I mean, it's already going to be a great movie, but I feel like it makes it excellent.
Well, it kind of goes like what we were talking a little bit about how it seemed like, Ian said that he thought the problem with Age of Ultron is Marvel just tried too much in that movie. And I definitely think that probably played a part, but I don't think Joss Whedon could manage it.
Right.
The Russo brothers can.
Absolutely can.
They can handle the characters, they can handle the storylines, and they can handle the Easter eggs and the fan service, and they do it all so naturally. And maybe in some way it is being in a sitcom and you having a lot of characters. And I also, the movie is a little long. I appreciate it for that. It never feels boring to me. Like I enjoy it from beginning to end. Important things. General Ross comes back. I mean, it's not important.
Arguably, it's important.
Yeah. Cool.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Old Thunderbolt. The Avengers team is still broken up at the end of the movie, and they will be broken up by the start of
Infinity War. No, this is the big fissure that is broken up the Avengers.
Which is actually, it's a really cool way that it starts off this phase of movies, because then it really takes a turn on focusing on new characters.
Right.
What else is really important? There's no Infinity Stones or
no,
anything
there's
like that.
The biggest thing that comes out of this is the splintering of the Avengers.
Yeah.
They're no longer together. They have internal conflict among one another. And as you said, that's kind of still the state that we're in.
For our main Avengers, that's, where we left them.
Right.
Cap, Tony, even Ant-Man, maybe not even consider him main, but, Hawkeye, all those guys. And then Marvel kind of turns direction, I think, and really smart, and very natural way. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been 2 or 3 years since I've seen a Captain America movie. Also
important in this movie is both Hulk and Thor are absent, doing their own things,
which we'll get to.
We will get to. But so as he said, no Infinity War. I mean, no Infinity Stones in this movie. Post credit scenes is Bucky after escaping. Yeah. They bring him to Wakanda, and he kind of goes into stasis in Wakanda until they can unbrainwash his brain. And
definitely better than Transformers.
Oh yeah, sorry. This movie is definitely better than Transformers.
I didn't want us to move on to the next one.
No, that's important. And then it's got a little Spider-Man bit at the end that doesn't really amount to anything. It's him using like the little wrist.
Oh yeah. You see the Spidey signal or whatever.
Yeah, it's just kind of a setup for the next Spider-Man movie. So then also in 2016, Marvel decided to reboot Iron Man. No, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. This is Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Tell us about Doctor Strange.
I just watched this movie yesterday, rewatched it. Doctor Strange is about world-famous neurosurgeon, spinal surgeon, some sort of surgeon, Dr. Stephen Strange, who, like Tony, is rich and arrogant and selfish and very sarcastic and rocks a goatee, is in a horrible accident. As a result, he's no longer able to use his hands, which, as you can imagine, for a surgeon is kind of a problem.
As the greatest surgeon in the world.
But he doesn't have a procedure named after him. That's a whole bit in the movie. He then goes on a spiritual journey to Carmitage, where he learns under the Ancient One how to be the Sorcerer Supreme. He goes up against the villain Caecilius, played by Mads Mikkelsen. Oh, I should say Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who seeks to end time and death by releasing death onto the world.
Sure.
Doesn't really make a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't.
This movie is beat for beat Iron Man 1.
This movie is frustrating to me because
it even has a black sidekick.
It does. When we get to the end of this, I'm just going to go ahead and come out like, I'm going to have to call this better than Transformers, but I don't want to because it's so by the numbers. It is the most by the numbers movie that Marvel has made since they invented the movie by numbers.
That's very true. This definitely feels the safest.
Yes.
I think.
That said, like there's nothing wrong with this movie.
No.
Benedict Cumberbatch is a good cast. He's a fun Doctor Strange.
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams is the night nurse. That's a different night nurse from the TV universe that we don't acknowledge. Chiwetel Ejiofor is Baron Mordo, who is, as Christian already alluded to, the black sidekick who becomes the villain. Future villain. BD Wong.
Yep.
Is playing Wong. Appropriately.
Yep. Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton is the ancient one, a
Irish white lady version.
Playing what is traditionally in old Tibetan?
Yeah, something like, super racist character.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Benedict Cumberbatch also plays Dormammu in this movie.
He does.
Yep.
And then, Caecilius is played by a very wasted Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, what a waste. I can't decide if it's more of a waste than he is in Rogue One, but it's pretty close. I think Rogue One is the worst waste of Mads Mikkelsen.
I disagree because at least he's okay in that.
He's only in like 7 minutes.
I agree, but he's a better actor than most people in that movie.
Agree to disagree.
It's fine. We should do a Rogue One episode.
Yeah. I like Doctor Strange. I'm going to say it's better than Transformers, but it is. Doctor Strange is like my favorite comic book character. His comics are very funny, and there's also kind of this like dark horror to it, but I also like this concept of like a guy who's obsessive about his hands and then loses that. Mm-hmm. And he makes a lot of sacrifice in the comic books. There's not so much of that in the movie, but it really just is. Its biggest problem is, like you said, it's by the numbers. We've seen that movie before. Mm-hmm. I think Scott Derrickson was a fine choice as a director.
I don't know what else he's done.
He did some horror movies. What's the one where you like watch? I can't remember. He did some okay ones.
Okay,
it's just safe. That's the problem with the movie. Is that it's safe, and you have a character who literally can like bend reality and travel to different dimensions. And
right,
that's the one that feels the safest.
Yeah, I know. That said, the visuals in this movie are very cool.
Yeah, they're Inception.
They're confusing.
Yeah,
but they're cool.
True. You see the quantum realm again for half a second.
Yeah, I would say the cleverest part in this movie to me is the Dormammu confrontation.
Yeah. No, very smart.
Because we haven't talked about it, but this movie introduces the Time Stone, which is one of the. I think it is the last Infinity Gem that we haven't seen up until this point. And the confrontation is essentially he's learning magic in this. So even at the end of this movie, he is barely considered a beginner at magic. Mm-hmm. Going up against some big heavy hitters.
And we're talking about Magic the Gathering, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're talking about. There's a Black Lotus. I don't know what the fuck is in Magic the Gathering. In the end, he goes up against an all-important ancient being that's like powering a whole dark dimension thing. And there's no reason he should be able to, combat this guy at all. And he knows that. And so what he does is he traps the both of them in a time loop and essentially kind of
pisses him off.
It pisses him off. He's essentially trying to bore him into submission. Yep. Like, the only way I'm going to let us out of this is if you do what I tell you to do.
It's pretty great.
And it's really great. It's a really clever use of both the Infinity Stone and, like, where the character is. Like, it's a good indication of why the character has value.
So, I enjoy that part. What I don't enjoy about it, and what doesn't have me super excited, is I don't understand Mordo's response.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, Baron Mordo feels betrayed. And maybe by the Ancient One, I can understand because you felt, even though that's how Caecilius felt, and he's still pissed off at Caecilius as well, it doesn't seem like a justification for him to turn evil.
No, it was a really just abrupt switch, and it's fine. Yeah. He's a Marvel villain.
I would honestly be okay if he wasn't the villain of Doctor Strange 2.
He's so set up for it, though. Yeah, that's what the post-credit scene is.
Post-credit scene.
Yeah. There's also a Thor Ragnarok tease.
Yeah, I enjoy that part.
I enjoy that part, too. It's pretty funny. But yeah, there's not a whole lot else to this movie. I mean, Tilda Swinton is fantastic. I love Tilda Swinton and everything.
There was a lot of uproar about her playing the character, but I think she's so much fun in it.
She is. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things besides, one, at that time, there were a lot of comic books just putting token Asian characters that were really racist, and this is probably one of them. There's also the cynical among us accuse Marvel of wanting to appease the Chinese market, who would be very offended by having a Tibetan character. Mm-hmm. So they cast, again, a white Irish lady as a traditionally Tibetan monk. But if you're gonna pick a white lady, Tilda Swinton is the one.
Yeah, for sure. Completely agree.
I really want. Have you ever seen that scene in Being John Malkovich where it's all everyone's a Malkovich?
Yeah.
I want that movie with Tilda Swinton where she just plays all the roles, but they're like different roles, and I think I don't know.
She would do great.
I feel like she could do it.
Yeah, only she could do that.
Agreed.
I still love her take as Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, big fan. But yeah, that's pretty much all. This one is better than Transformers. I'm not happy to say that, but it is.
Yeah, it is. It is a better movie than Transformers.
It's not. You're gonna have a good time if you watch it. You're not gonna gain anything.
You certainly will not.
It's a popcorn film.
Yeah, absolutely. What's next?
Next is Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in 2017, carrying off where Guardians of the Galaxy 1 left off. Also directed by James Gunn. You want to give us a brief synopsis, if you can remember?
Follows our ragtag team of anti-heroes Uh,
He says with a smirk.
yeah. I got corrected last week. They are all anti-heroes, apparently. This movie really focuses on Peter and the search for family. The whole movie is really about family. But you're introduced to Peter's father, who's played by Kurt Russell. It's the character of Ego, the living planet. I don't really know much more in the way of synopsis in that because it's really focused on that story. They visit Ego. You're introduced to Mantis. It continues the theme from Civil War of splitting the team up, whereas by Civil War is kind of by choice. This is not. Rocket, Yondu, and Groot go on their own kind of little adventure. And again, it really focuses on family. So Yondu as kind of a father figure, Peter as the son, Rocket is just an outsider, doesn't feel like he belongs.
Right.
Nebula and Gamora as sisters. I really like this movie. It was my favorite comic book movie of last year. It does a lot of things really, really well, I think. And it's got a really good heart. Yeah, no, I mean, it's good.
No, it is good. As I've established in the past, James Gunn's humor doesn't click for me quite as much as it clicks for other people. That said, I still enjoy this movie. The scene with the Ravagers where Groot's like retrieving things, trying to bring Yondu's fin is really good.
Yeah.
I don't love Kurt Russell.
He's not great in it.
But he's fine. But they introduce Mantis, who I like, and her and Drax's relationship is pretty good.
Yeah. Once again, to me, Drax is still the standout of the movie.
Absolutely. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
This must be like a thing, right? It's like cicadas kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like once every 12 years we get a guy a wrestling star who tries to make it in the movies and is actually a good actor.
I mean, I would say John Cena is on the verge of that.
That's fair. John Cena's pretty close.
When he's in movies, he's hilarious. He's a good comedy actor.
He is a good comedy actor.
But Dave Bautista he nails this role. And you know, I talk crap about Deadpool being all penis jokes. Like Drax's penis jokes in these movies make me laugh. Like they're funny to me. The whole bit of like my father used to tell us of when he made love to my mother every Christmas or every winter solstice, like that. It's funny. I thought Karen Gillan was better as Nebula in this movie too.
Yeah.
I didn't super think she was all that great in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. As a big Doctor Who fan, Amy Pond is my least favorite companion. I don't think Karen Gillan's a great actress, but I think she's getting better. She was fine in Volume 2. She was fine in Jumanji.
She was fine in Jumanji. I liked her in Jumanji.
Yeah, maybe she'll be even better in Infinity War.
Man, this is completely off topic, but speaking of actors getting better, there's a movie with a young Chris Evans, long before he was Human Torch, long before he was Captain America. What was the movie called? It's got Anton Yelchin in it. It's got...
He must have been really young.
Oh, yeah, he was really young. It's something, it's the Wild something, but it's essentially about like a poor family being inducted into like a ruthless high society social club kind of thing. And Chris Evans is so bad. He is such a bad actor in that. It's painful to watch him every time he's on screen.
When did he get better? Not another teen movie? Was that
right? Yeah. I don't know, but he has. Like his cap is so good. Like it's so subtle and nuanced, and it's like, well, I guess you don't just have it. It's
a craft.
It's a craft that you develop, and I appreciate that. So good on you, Karen Gillan. I hope you continue trending upward.
Yep.
But yeah, there's the other things that they cover in this movie that we introduce Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, you're horrible. These names.
I'm turning into Ian. I need him to be here. Sylvester Stallone as one of the original Ravagers, and you also introduce the people of the Sovereign, which are creepy gold people who think they're better than you.
Yep, it's just set up for Volume 3.
Led by Elizabeth Debicki.
Yep, Aisha.
Who is what?
That's her name, right? Aisha.
Oh, is it the sovereign leader? And I mean, is there much that carries over from this movie?
Not really. This is a very isolated story.
It is.
I think it takes place only a few months after the first one. Obviously, Groot's still kind of a baby in it, but there's not even really a lot from the first movie that carries over to this one, and I don't think there will be a lot that carries from this one to the next one. I do love that it includes the song Brandy, because that song makes no sense to me, but I love it. It
works in the context of this movie.
It does. This movie is a justification for the song.
It kind of is. It's like what do you call it? Retconning.
Yep.
Brandy, the song. But yeah, so that's about it. There are a bunch of posts. This is the one that starts poking fun at the concept of the post-credit scene.
Oh, is the post-credit scene The Watcher? Is that one of them? Or is that in the movie? I think that's in the movie.
It's in the movie and it's a post-credit scene.
Okay. Well, we definitely should talk about that.
Okay, yeah. So there are 6 post-credit scenes. There aren't that many that are important. The only one that's, really important ones. They introduce Adam Warlock as a potential future threat.
Yep. We see his cocoon, and we know it's called Adam. That's
right. They introduce we also didn't acknowledge the controversy that recently came out about Groot. A lot of people, including myself,
I did too.
At the end of Guardians 1 that Groot like sacrifices himself for the team, but then he shows up as like a little sprout. And so you're like, oh, he's just like regrowing. Turns out, no, Groot is dead. Long live Groot. This is a brand new Groot that's supposed to be his son.
Yep.
And so
even the cast didn't. They don't all know that.
And so during this movie, he's a baby, but at the end, during the post-credit scene, a little time has passed, and you see like teenage Groot,
which is the age he'll be in this
right.
Infinity War.
And then what were you going to say about the Watchers?
So this movie does a really kind of fun retcon, if you will, explaining how Stan Lee can show up in all of these cameos, and that it really is the same person every time, and that the Watchers send him to these places so that he can kind of spy on these events. I thought it was a really kind of cool, fun nod, and a cool way to tie it all together. Even more so when you don't know how many more of those we're gonna get.
That's super fair.
I don't. What are the other ones?
There's the Arrow one,
and then there's the Ravager one.
Yeah, the original Ravagers,
which is the original Guardians lineup.
Right. That's right. That's what I mean. Yeah. Is that it? That might be it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't count. But yeah, that's about it for this movie.
Weird cameos because Sylvester Stallone, Michelle Yeoh, Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, she's the android. She's the voice of the android. The guy who played Lex Luthor in Smallville.
I think Ving Rhames is in it, isn't he?
Ving Rhames is in one.
So yeah, a lot of weird things that I kind of hope they don't ever come back to. Just let that one go. That's fine.
We don't need further explanation of that stuff.
But after this one, 2017 was a big year for Marvel. They had 3 movies. The second one is the best Spider-Man movie ever made, Spider-Man Homecoming.
You should say this one because you love this movie.
Oh, God, I have to remember what happens in this movie. So this movie follows a high school age.
Yeah, sophomore, I believe.
Peter Parker, as he tries to navigate high school life and being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Emphasis on the neighborhood.
He starts to encounter a threat that seems to be beyond his skill set. In what we find out is the Vulture, who's creating new technologically advanced weapons from the scrap of all the Avengers battles, and then eventually it culminates in a big battle with the Vulture while he's trying to steal or heist one of Tony Stark's planes full of loot.
I like that.
Thank you.
It's like he's playing a video game.
It kind of is. Yeah. But this movie, it nails everything about Spider-Man so well. One of the things that I really appreciated about it is that it makes him look like a competent Spider-Man, like someone who would be comfortable going out and fighting bad guys and helping grandmas and all that kind of stuff. But then he gets back into normal life and he takes the mask off, and like high school is so fucking hard comparatively.
Yeah.
And I love that because that's so much about what it's about. And like seeing it, I identified. I'm like, oh yeah, high school is shit. It is really hard. And so I don't know. I mean, like Tom Holland is reprising from Captain America: Civil War as Spider-Man. He's great. He's got a little sidekick whose name I cannot remember. Ned might be Ned.
Ned Leeds. Ned something. It's Ned.
Ned something. Marissa Tomei is Aunt May, who
Hot Aunt May,
which gets referenced a lot. Yeah, arguably too much. Michael Keaton don't know what his name's supposed to be in this movie.
Adrian Toomes.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's Adrian Toomes,
a.k.a. the Vulture.
A.k.a. the Vulture, who's fantastic.
He's so good. I would say until we get to
a little further down this list, he's the best villain they've come. Yeah. Mostly because, again, he's right.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right. He gets screwed over by Tony Stark.
He gets screwed over by Tony Stark and sees the fact that in this new world where there are living gods on the planet, all the little people are just going to get stepped on unless they do something. And so he decides to build his own business. And
it's not even like he has... I mean, yes, what he's doing is wrong, for sure. But he even talks about it. He's like, I'm only doing it because I have no opportunity to be able to provide for my wife and daughter like any other way. This is what I have to do. And he's just like so... He's the perfect balance of like maniacal and yet normal.
Yeah, believable. He's normal. He's like borderline sympathetic.
That whole scene, the whole homecoming scene, when he's like in the kitchen, and he's like cooking.
So that's the big reveal in this movie. Peter has a love interest in one of the other members of his debate team, and he ends up asking her, and she accepts to homecoming. So he goes to pick her up, and who opens the door?
But the vulture.
But the fucking vulture. And it's like, oh damn, everything got more complicated.
Yeah. He's just like standing there like cooking food, and he says something about Peter having a drink, and Peter's like, I'm not 21, and he's like, right answer, kid. Like, it's just so perfect.
It is.
Honestly, it does kind of remind me of Michael Keaton as Batman, in that like his Bruce Wayne is so like charismatic and fun, and then takes a dark turn when he becomes Batman.
Right.
It feels very similar to that with Matt, because when he's just Adrian Toomes, he's like cracking jokes, and he's
very dad. He's a very lame dad.
Super likable. And then it takes the turn in the car.
Oh yeah. So the car scene is also great because it's also one of the first times where the villain isn't an idiot.
Yep.
And so it's actually, this is also one of the first times Marvel has kind of done away with the whole concept of a secret identity and masks as a whole for their cinematic universe, with an exception of Spider-Man, which is used to good effect in this movie, because obviously Peter as Spider-Man has seen Toomes, like, what he looks like, but Toomes has only seen him as Spider-Man. So, there's that realization where he knows who he is, but Toomes doesn't know who Peter is.
Yep.
And so during the car ride to the homecoming, just in the course of the conversation with his daughter and Peter, he starts piecing it together like, wait a second, Spider-Man? Wait a second, you're friends with Tony Stark?
Yeah.
And you just see the wheels turning up there, and then it culminates in this great scene when they get to the dance. He lets his daughter out and says,
dad talk or something like that.
Yeah, dad talk, and he's like, oh, okay, dad. And then as soon as she steps out of the car, he just pulls out a gun and puts it right over the scene. And it's great.
Yeah, it's so good. The whole movie is just a blast. The inclusion of Tony is fine. I don't think it hurts the movie.
No.
I don't know that it really adds to the movie.
I'd agree.
Jon Favreau being in the movie, I enjoy more than I do Robert Downey Jr. being
He's so dismissive. Yeah. He's a terrible representative.
Yeah, absolutely. He would be like the worst adopted parent.
Yeah.
No, this movie's just great. It's way better than Transformers.
Way better than Transformers. Super fun time. After you finish Captain America Civil War, go watch this movie because it's fun. It's so really fun.
Is there an after credits scene in this movie?
There is. It's the prison scene with the guy from Better Call Saul, who he's really in the movie for like seconds.
Barely. It's on the ferry, I believe.
But it's indicated that
he's the Scorpion.
He's going to be the Scorpion. He interacts with Toomes in prison.
He tries to find the name of...
Right, he's trying to get him to squeal on Spider-Man, and he's a stand-up guy.
It goes to what you're talking about, that Toomes is somewhat a righteous villain.
Right.
He understands that Peter Parker's a kid, and he's not going to give him up to this criminal. Donald Glover.
Oh, yeah.
In this movie.
Donald Glover is there to seed the potential for a Miles Morales.
Yep. He plays Miles' uncle. Mm-hmm. And he has the one-off line, my nephew lives in this neighborhood.
Right.
So Miles Morales exists out there somewhere. In case Tom Holland, I don't know, dies or is tired of making money.
That scene is so charming.
Yeah.
Where he confronts him with the car and the ice cream. And I love that. It's great.
I got ice cream in here.
You're a villain. You're a bad guy. And then the other one it's got a Captain America PSA at the end of it about patience and whether waiting is worth it.
Well, I just thought of something else. The Captain America bits throughout the movie are hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially when it's Hannibal Buress as the gym coach, and he's like, he's a criminal.
He might be a war criminal, but no, whatever.
I'm still supposed to show it.
Yeah.
But you talk about mask not mattering in this movie. The end of this movie is Aunt May learning that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yes.
Which will be an interesting dynamic going forward and not one we've had on screen at all.
True.
The movie, I think, also does a good job of referencing Uncle Ben, but not explaining it in that we've seen it twice already. I almost wanted it because I was curious who Marvel would cast as Uncle Ben, but we don't need it. We know it's like Batman. You don't need to see Mom, Pa Kent. Not Kent. Wayne get killed again.
I was going to say Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Just have him get killed in both.
I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah. So that's long enough on Spider-Man. It's great. It's better than Transformers. Go watch it. So the other they nailed it in 2017. They really nailed it with a lot of these, but
Phase 3 is the best.
It is the best. They really hit their rhythm. Thor Ragnarok 2017, on the heels of Thor 2. It is the third entry. Do you want to give us a synopsis if you can remember?
Yeah, I would say Thor Ragnarok, the most drastically different. It's the one that they just took, I would say, a very heavy inspiration from Guardians of the Galaxy, but one, they decided it's going to be all cosmic. The movie opens with Thor confronting Surtur about the concept of Ragnarok. He keeps having these visions. Also, for some reason, we've had Thor now in 5 movies, and this is the first time we get the Immigrant Song, which really feels like a waste.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, but upon returning to Asgard, Thor realizes that Loki's been in charge this whole time and that Odin is missing, so they go and find Odin, and right before his death, he announces that they have a secret sister, and as soon as she dies, his power containing her is going to...
As soon as he dies, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he dies, the power containing her is going to wane away. And so that introduces us to Hela, who is, I guess you could say, the actual heir to the throne of Asgard, besides being a crazy person.
I don't know how their gender dynamics work.
Yeah. Well, they chase her back to Asgard. They get kicked off on this planet called Sakaar, where there is a tournament of champions going on, gladiator style, where... Come to find out, the Hulk has been just murdering people.
You know, that's not explicitly said, but you're right.
Yeah.
The Hulk has probably murdered a lot of people since Captain America Civil War. Not Avengers 2.
Age of Ultron, yeah. Also, there is a drunk Asgardian and Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson there. And Thor kind of puts a ragtag team together, and they go back and fight for Asgard. This movie's very funny.
It's very funny. So it's directed by Taika Waititi.
Yep.
He's been involved in a lot of stuff. He really got noted
Green Lantern.
Is he? Oh, he's the friend in Green Lantern, isn't he?
Yeah.
God, that doesn't matter. He directed and starred in What We Do in the Shadows.
Which if you haven't watched...
You definitely should.
Stop this podcast right now and go watch that movie.
He also did Hunt for the Wilder People, which I haven't seen yet.
Didn't see that either.
Apparently, the first short he ever directed when he was a lot younger was nominated for an Academy Award, which is a really like a high bar to set for yourself when you first start out. But so this is similar, I feel like, to What We Do in the Shadows. It's kind of Office style humor.
Yep.
It's very improvisational, situational comedy, and it completely changes the personality of Thor
in the best way possible.
In the best way possible. Chris Hemsworth is a great comedic actor. It entirely undoes like anything they set up in the last Thor. They just like throw it away in the first 10 minutes. And I don't think it's better for it. It's a really entertaining film. You get to spend some time with the Hulk, who's been the Hulk for, 2-3 years?
Yeah, it's the first time we have speaking Hulk, really, besides Puny God. And they do a great job. That was something that I've always wanted to see, but also kind of accepted that I didn't think it would ever actually work. But it does. And it may be the style of humor or whatever that really plays into it that helps. But I think while this movie isn't serious and probably doesn't have the emotional weight that some hope it does, like, for example, with Hela, I still really enjoy, like, Cate Blanchett's performance.
I agree. I don't think you needed to get Cate Blanchett for it.
That's probably true. I mean, it may be a waste if Cate Blanchett's willing to do a Marvel movie, maybe we wasted her on that. But she's so much fun.
She seems to be having a good time.
The true waste in this movie is the Warriors 3.
Who get wasted immediately.
I don't know I'm sure Zachary Levi wasn't Shazam at that point. But I'm sure that was a motivation in jumping over to the DC universe. Who else? Scourge is Carl Urban. Also kind of a waste in my opinion. Like,
he's pretty funny in this.
He's funny. I'm
sure you could have used him for something else.
Yeah.
Put him in the DC universe. Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster.
God, yeah, I forgot.
That's kind of an important one.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's hilarious.
And then, he's Jeff Goldblum
That's all he is.
To a high level, and it's very entertaining. And then Taika Waititi is playing the CGI character Korg.
Yeah.
Who's also very funny.
See you later, new Doug.
Piss off, ghost.
Great.
It's really, that's the thing. Like we could talk about the plot. The plot doesn't really matter. The only thing that comes out of this that matters is one, Thor loses an eye. Actually, there are several things that matter, but
Mjolnir's gone.
Oh man, there actually are a lot of things that matter in this.
Mjolnir's gone.
There's so much like fun stuff in it that you forget that like impactful things. So Mjolnir's gone. Thor loses an eye.
Asgard's destroyed.
Asgard is destroyed, and at the very end of the movie, the remaining surviving Asgardians are all together in one ship, and that ship is beset upon by Thanos' ship.
Yep.
And that's where
they're on their way to
cuts.
Earth as well. They're on their way to Earth. Idris Elba, I think, is given a little bit more to do in this movie than he normally is.
A little bit. I mean, he's got that ragged handsome thing going on.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of it. Doctor Strange pops up for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty funny... I didn't think it was funny the first time I watched it, but I went back and rewatched it.
Oh, it's very funny.
Saturday night.
It's
Thor's reaction to everything that's going on is what makes it funny.
Well, that's the thing. It's a good use of like movie tricks, you know, for comedy. Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
And I just don't. You kind of said it, and I don't know that can be stressed enough. Chris Hemsworth is such a good comedy actor that whole opening bit where he's like in the chains talking to Surtur is just so funny. And it's just him basically like monologuing, just ripping off bits, and he kills it. There is some really good action. Surprisingly, I think from Taika Waititi, like again the opening where he's just like mono against 1,000 like demon things.
I mean the big one is
the fight with him in hell.
The Thor Hulk fight.
Yeah, well, we've waited since Avengers 1 to see that round 2.
Yeah.
Also, Thor can now control lightning without Mjolnir.
Right.
Also, not having a hammer is not going to last long.
He's going to have something.
Yes. One, because we know that's going to happen in Infinity War, but there's no way they're not going to give him something.
Right. But yeah, I mean, that's...
it's better than Transformers.
It's better than Transformers.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a fun movie. Again, with all the things. It's a fun movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
One important thing is that not only are those characters headed towards Earth and we see Thanos show up, but there's a lot of important characters that are there together. Loki, Thor, the Hulk. We also know Loki took the Tesseract from Asgard before it was destroyed.
Did they show that in the movie?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
He's walking to the throne room to put the helmet on the Eternal Flame, and he takes it. You also retcon the Infinity Gauntlet we find in Thor 1 is fake, according to Hela. And of course we know, because we know Thanos has it by this point. But yeah, no, really great movie.
Yeah. And then the last one, which I don't feel like we have to go too deep in on because we went deep in it already earlier in February. 2018's Black Panther. And you've already seen this movie because everyone's seen this movie.
It's friggin' awesome.
Because it's really good.
Yeah. Do we need to? Can we just say go back to episode 1?
Well, we'll just basic premise.
It's about this guy named T'Challa, who's the Black Panther and King of Wakanda, and he has to fight his kingdom against his cousin, Eric Killmonger. That's pretty good. That's my pitch.
It introduces a lot of new characters. I mean, we get a lot more T'Challa than we did in Civil War.
Martin Freeman from Civil War also comes back.
He does. But you get Shuri, who's played by Letitia Wright.
Yep, Okoye,
played by
Michonne. I don't know her real
name. Denai Gurira, something like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You get
Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan.
You briefly have Zuri, who's played by
Forrest Whitaker. Oh, by the way, I rewatched it, and we all were like, "Oh, we didn't pick it up, but we should have because the eye." He says his name is Zuri.
Oh no, he does. I know,
100%.
But like when you're at the beginning of a movie, you don't like pick up the names. Yeah. I had to see it a second time to get any of the names.
I felt like an idiot because then, like, as soon as the trial by combat thing comes, he says the exact same.
I am
line.
Zuri, son of
Mbo or whatever.
Badu,
that's right.
Let's see. You also
M'Baku.
have M'Baku, played by Winston Duke, who's fantastic.
Oh, he's so great.
And Lupita Nyong'o. I can't remember her character's name.
The sad thing for Chadwick Boseman is not that in any way is he bad as Black Panther. He's great as T'Challa, but the supporting cast is so freaking good that he's like the 4th or 5th best actor in that movie.
That's probably true.
Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger is like number 1. Letitia Wright, Okoye, M'Baku, like all of their moments on screen, I love so much.
And from the looks of the Infinity War trailers, we're going to be getting all of them.
Yes. Yeah. So, well, not Killmonger.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah. Definitely the other 3, Okoye, Shuri, and M'Baku are all seen in the trailers. I saw this thing with Kevin Feige, and they asked him what would they have done if the movie had failed. And he was like, I mean, at that point we were already setting our plan. We were playing into Black Panther. That's going to play a huge part in Infinity War. He's like, of course, had it failed, we would have had to figure something out. Yeah. But thank God it didn't.
Nope. So if you want more details on this movie, please go back to our very first episode. where the audio quality is probably worse.
Yep. Let's hope. We haven't heard this one yet.
That's probably true. But there are no Infinity Stones in this. We're introduced to Wakanda for the first time, which is going to play a big part in Infinity War. The post-credit scenes for this movie are it's
the UN scene.
Yeah, T'Challa announced to the UN that they're like sharing their technologies with the world, and the
White Wolf.
It's kind of just a reminder that Bucky is still in Wakanda.
Yeah, well, we know he's healed.
He's healed, yeah. But he doesn't have an arm yet. He's definitely going to get a vibranium arm.
It's going to be sweet.
It's going to be super sweet.
I had the sense in watching that is taking place during Infinity War.
Really?
Because Shuri says to him, "There's a lot to catch you up on."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just felt like, I don't know. I guess she's kind of in a good mood for it to be an alien invasion impending. But it felt like to me that was taking place.
That's possible.
Which it references kind of back to what they did in Ragnarok as well, with that scene with Doctor Strange and Thor taking place during Ragnarok. I don't know if that's Marvel's new
paradigm
thing for after credit scenes, but the UN one I think is fine. I heard it was supposed to be the original end of the movie.
Yeah, well, the two that and the actual ending are pretty much the same.
Yes.
So I think that they really didn't need to have that one in there, but it's fine. It doesn't take away from anything. But yeah, that's actually all 18 of the Marvel movies up till now.
Woo, we did it.
We did it.
We got through.
So let's see. Let's get a basic status of where we're at. Cap and his supporters are kind of in the wind.
On the run.
In the wind, on the run as a whole. Tony Stark is still leading the remaining Avengers.
I guess so. Through the Soviet Accords.
Thor and Loki, and the Hulk. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Have all seemingly been captured, or
we don't actually see anything in that part. We just know that something impending doom.
We know they're in grave danger.
Yes.
The Guardians are kind of not really involved still. They're still about the same place they were.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing is we know Nebula, that now that their focus is almost kind of turned to Thanos. Well, at least Nebula's has. We don't know about the rest of them. But
we also know from the trailers that they will be the ones that first discover Thor.
Yes, this is a man.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
And as far as where the Infinity Gems are, the ones that Thanos is so desperately seeking, the Mind Stone is still in Vision's head, presumptively powering him. We don't know. We're going to find out what happens because it's probably going to get yanked out. The Time Stone, also known as the Eye of Agamotto,
hanging around Doctor Strange's neck.
Is still hanging around Doctor Strange's neck. The Power Stone has been left with the Nova Corps. And
so dead.
Oh yeah, no, the Nova Corps is getting fucked. The Space Stone was on Asgard before it got destroyed. Was collected by Loki, and then is seemingly presented to someone in the trailer for this movie. That said, he's a trickster god, so who knows?
Yeah, well, you see the stone in the glove, so I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't get there. I'm just saying I don't know if that's the moment it gets there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I also think that's actually Loki. That's probably a Loki Vision, hologram Loki or whatever he is. But,
and then the Reality Stone, which is, as far as we know, still with the Collector.
Yeah.
Which we kind of, it's not explicitly established. We assume he's a flunky for Thanos.
It's never said, but it wouldn't be surprising.
I can't imagine him putting up a fight if Thanos knocked on his door.
Yeah.
So the only remaining stone that we still don't know where it is or what it is the Soul Stone. Though we've posited several conjectures on this podcast, but I'm positive that we will find out in a couple days.
It wouldn't honestly surprise me if we found out the location, but he doesn't have it. That the Soul Stone may be the driving force of Avengers 4.
MacGuffin?
The MacGuffin.
Would you call it that?
It's words that come up on this podcast a lot. Anti-hero, MacGuffin, and retcon.
Yeah, we should probably establish, if you don't know, a MacGuffin is an item that it's supposed to be an item that the audience does not necessarily care about, but both the heroes and often the heroes and the villains care very much about, and it's kind of a driving force for the plot. So if you want to...
The briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
The briefcase is the perfect example because it's both a MacGuffin and kind of play on the MacGuffin.
Yep.
So yeah, if you didn't know what that was and you listened to any of our podcasts, I'm sorry that was confusing. Go back and try it again and see if it makes it better. But you're caught up. That is where we're at.
The one thing I would add that I meant to say when we were talking about Civil War is that stupid thing Tony Stark comes up with that allows him to relive his memories. Mm-hmm. I know Ian thinks Avengers 4 is going to be a time travel movie. I think that thing is going to be because we do know from set pictures of Avengers 4 they go back to the battle of New York.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be Tony kind of like reliving those memories to try to find an answer or something. But I think it's kind of like we were talking about with Ant-Man, like the quantum realm.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a minor thing that you really don't think will be important, but I feel confident the Russo brothers that's their shit they're sticking to.
Wait, was that revealed for this movie or for the next movie? Or?
For 4, not for Infinity War.
What if they're just going back and showing where Skrulls happened?
Yeah, no, that totally could be as well. Where the switches happen or something like that. Yeah. I would we talked about it a lot, and I think we may have texted afterwards. If at the end of this we found out that all of this was just a ploy to get the Skrulls for it to be Secret Invasion, I'm on board.
Absolutely.
Avengers Secret Invasion, I'm there.
Big fan.
It makes even more sense when that's what Captain Marvel is going to be about. Like,
right.
Why would you introduce those characters?
That's 100%. No, it's definitely leading into, hey, a lot of the people you thought were Avengers were Skrulls.
God, I can't wait for Thursday.
I know. So that's actually a good point. We're going to be trying to release a special episode for you. We're all going to go see it on Thursday night, and we're going to try and get something out to you on Friday before you get off work. I can't promise it'll be in the morning, but we'll get you something so you can know for certain whether or not Avengers Infinity War is better or worse than Transformers.
Oh, man.
But
it'll be fun.
It will be fun.
What'd you watch?
I am caught up on Atlanta. Did I watch anything else? I've been watching Parks and Rec.
Yeah, you've been watching it with your wife?
I have.
Yeah.
My who? My what?
Yeah. Is it weird to hear it out loud? I mean,
no, it's fine. I think that's it. Shit, I haven't watched much this week.
Dude, I watched a lot of movies. I watched It again. Mm-hmm. And the first time I watched it, I really kind of focused on like this reboot, having the story from the kid's perspective and this new version of Pennywise and Bill Skarsgård. But this time, and you had said this, that, the parents are so awful. This time I kind of watched it through solely that lens. And, like, they really are horrible human
terrible.
beings. Because it's not like they just accepted their reality where they live in this town where everybody dies. Yeah. They are willfully ignorant.
Yep.
To the point where I'm not entirely convinced the dad couldn't see all the blood in the bathroom.
Right.
I almost felt like it was almost a driving force. Like, obviously he's a pedophile and he's disgusting. Mm-hmm. But also I was like, this dude like has this attachment for his daughter, and I think he thinks she's gonna die. So he's like, I don't even know. Like he I don't know if it was like some extreme expression or what it's supposed to be, but like the woman who just like goes back inside and all the blood's in the street from when Georgie died. Like the dad just being like, don't try to solve this problem, son. It's awful.
The adults are really bad.
They're horrible. And some of those shots in that movie, the first time I watched it, I was more impressed that it worked as well as it did. But this time I was like, this kind of feels like a 90s movie. Like, it has some very 90s moments, just the way the movie looks, especially when they're outside the old house.
I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. It's got a very digital, not photography, digital cinema look to it.
Maybe. It just felt kind of like John Woo-ish in some moments. But no, it's fun. It's good times.
It is fun.
The one thing about that movie that I really enjoy that I think some people don't like is that when the kids realize that they shouldn't be afraid of Pennywise, that basically his power starts weakening when you're not afraid of him, the movie stops being scary. So when they're not afraid, you're not afraid.
Right.
So I think people are like, oh, they want to see more scares, but it doesn't make sense for what those characters are going through at that moment. So I enjoy that part. And then I rewatched a bunch of Marvel movies. I felt like I was super unprepared for the last 2 weeks. So this week, I watched them all but Spider-Man Homecoming.
Impressive.
Yep. I was alone a lot.
Do you need help? Is this a cry for help?
No, I'm all right.
No, you're okay?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But I don't think I watched any TV.
Catch up on Atlanta. It's good.
I need to do it. I'll devote some time this week. Normally I would watch it at work, but we have like inspectors right now, so they don't want us doing anything.
Having to do work at work, it's the worst.
It sucks. What's the worst part of working for the government is they actually make me do shit.
Yeah, that's not what you signed up for. But cool. I think that's it. If you're listening to this, look out for an episode early Friday about Avengers Infinity War. We will break it down for you straight off the bat with the hottest takes you can possibly imagine. Scalding hot. But in the meantime, thank you guys for listening. If you like this, please subscribe. Please rate. Please tell a friend. If you want to reach us, if you have any things that we skipped over in our recap or things you'd like us to talk about more, you can reach us at betterthantransformers@gmail.com. You can also reach us at BT Transformers on Twitter and at BT Transformers on Facebook. Thank you to Zach Evans for our art, and thank you to Brian Velasquez for our theme. And I believe that's it. So thanks a lot, everybody.
Yep. See you later.